welcome back to the Your Health television program hosted by the Monterey County Health Department. I'm Emily Sciolto, your host today, and just about every third Monday of each month. I'm here now with my third and final guest, Ms. Lory Carriedo, Prevention Coordinator at Sunrise House Prevention. Welcome, Lory, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So, Lory, we've talked quite a bit about social host, the social host effort right now, responsible beverage service, and some of the other alcohol and drug prevention programs that are going on. What has been Sunrise House part on the social host effort?
Sunrise House has been advocating actively for social host ordinances for the past 2.5 years now. We reached a milestone last year when they passed the social host ordinance in the city level, in the city of Salinas.
Okay.
So now what we are doing is we're working we're part of a subcommittee working with behavioral health and some street centers and other grassroots organizations to bring this to a county level. We just recently did a survey with stakeholders in the community to see what their knowledge was and what their reception was if we were to adopt one, and it was very positive.
Great, and that's what Rose touched on before. So you all were a part of that collaborative process.
Yes.
So once the social host ordinance is adopted, what would Sunrise House's role be in the community?
Sunrise House's role is and always will be education. We're educators. We focus on environmental prevention and policy changes. We let the community know what the issues are in hand and what changes that can be made to make these changes. And we use multifaceted approach. We use media advocacy, like here today. We use the social networks, which is big. We do radio presentations, presentations at schools, we do parent groups, we do city council, we do different kind of civic groups. It's just education and education.
Great. And so we heard about responsible beverage service a minute ago. How does that benefit the agency or the business that is obtaining the training? And does Sunrise House also provide this training? We
do, and we provide it to Salinas businesses, organizations, or special event vendors like the Rodeo, the International Air Show. All benefit who serve and sell alcohol, and the reason for that is because we provide valuable information. A lot of these organizations don't understand that there's civil criminal liabilities involved and are not fully aware to the extent that they may go. Each city also has, when they receive a permit to sell this alcohol, they all have specific conditions placed. Not all cities are alike. So it's very important for you to know what these conditions are, as opposed to you not being able to, sell or have, consequences because of that.
And by conditions, you mean conditions under which they're able to sell alcohol?
Yes. So let's say just recently, the Rodeo, you need a bracelet.
Okay.
Now, you have to go through a 3-step process. You need to be identified first, that you are of age. We teach you how to read those, the driver's license, make sure they're not fake IDs. Technology is great now. You can make one at home. These kids are very smart. Our main focus is preventing the access to alcohol by teens, and also oversells to people who are obviously intoxicating, already intoxicated, because they have harsh consequences. So going back to the conditions is you have to be of age, have an ID, have 1 cup. You can't have 2 cups. Before you were able to have multiple cups, you were able to go and say, I'm going to buy 5 cups of beer. Now it's only 2, because what was happening is they were getting 5, but 3 of them were for someone else, probably underage.
Okay.
So that's why there's certain conditions. You need to have your sign that you've been RBS trained in the tents or in your location of business.
I see what you mean.
Like
so
that.
Depending on the event or the site, the location of the store, the vendor, whatever, there's certain things that you can do and certain things that you're not able to do. Okay, great. So what else about RBS training?
It's very important. There's high turnover with, servers and things like that. And what happens is, because of that, your restaurant gets a bad reputation. A lot of people want to go with their families to a place where they can have a nice meal, even a drink or not, and they don't want it to go somewhere where it's obviously sales are being done to underage youth or to people who are obviously intoxicated. They want to have a good experience, and liability is big. Liability is really big. So basically what we're trying to teach you is the consequences of you serving alcohol to someone who's obviously intoxicated or someone who's underage.
Okay, and you mentioned restaurant servers, so this is not only for like the owner of the corner store, but also for waiters,
Right.
servers at restaurants. So then we've also got other services that you provide, as well as the RBS training and your involvement with the social host. Tell me a little more about the other services that your agency provides.
Sunrise House provides mainly counseling, but just recently we started a prevention program out of that agency. The prevention program has a prevention coalition as well, where we have members of different sectors in the community. We have business individuals, we have community residents, we have youth, we have just different people from different areas to represent and also to go and assist with the goal, which is to prevent youth use and abuse of alcohol and other drugs. So we work together collectively to come up with ideas, strategies on how to prevent this. What changes need to happen in our community, because what can be happening in Monterey not necessarily may be happening in Salinas and vice versa. So we focus on the issues on hand and on the moment, the now, basically. And so we meet once a month, and we go over these strategies and issues that are on hand.
Okay, and is that what the PYC is?
No.
Okay.
That's just the prevention. That's the Prevention Coalition, and then we do. We have the Prevention Youth Council, which is an after-school drug and alcohol prevention program. They're made up of students at each of our local high schools, and these programs are. These youth are part of our FNL Adapt program, which I'll talk a little bit about that later. And they are the bridge between the school environment and the community environment. What's going on out here? They're the voice. They bring in issues, they bring comments, feedback, and they help us assist and provide these services and come up with what they need to help them, not what we need to help them or what we think they need, but them themselves. They have certain projects like they attend city council, they do decoy operations. They help with community policing via assisting DUI checkpoints and you know, just giving support to local law enforcement, because unfortunately they have a negative stigma sometimes. Why are you stopping us? You know, you're just looking for us. And so we're out there supporting them. We do presentations to the schools. We do presentations after the schools, and they cover everything from peer pressure, bullying, which is big, but mostly about staying above the influence.
Great, and that sounds like it's, you know, one of the most important things in providing services is knowing your target audience.
Yes.
And it sounds like you guys have a really good relationship with a lot of members of your target audience that give you that crucial feedback.
Yes.
That'll help you talk to them.
We do. We have an advantage because we have them in the schools, and they're bringing us whatever issues are going on in their schools and what's affecting them and what they think needs to happen to change that. And they're great. They're great kids. They're a future. They want to do positive changes because they say not everyone's doing the bad stuff. Why aren't we getting the attention? Why aren't we in the front of the paper and things like that? And it's unfortunate that we don't have many more programs like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like a really nice relationship you have with them, and one that you value and they value as well.
They do. It's great, especially when after they've graduated, because this is only a high school. They can only stay with us during their high school experience.
Okay.
After that, they are no longer able to attend. But some do stay and volunteer, and sometimes they come back and say, Lory, you know, I'm going to Sacramento State, or I'm going to San Diego State, or I want to become a police officer, and it's very fulfilling, very fulfilling.
Great.
Yeah.
And so you said a little something about FNL. Tell me about that, and what do the FNL clubs do at the local event, at the local level?
Friday Night Live Partnership is a statewide program that is in 55 counties, I believe, in the state of California, and they work together in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse amongst teens. We have an FNL Adapt group at each of our local high schools, and we're looking at anywhere from 15 to 25 members at each of the schools. They host events, activities that are alcohol and drug-free events, and they have dances at the Boys and Girls Club a couple times a year. They do campaigns at their schools for Red Ribbon Week, which is in October. They do events like right now, which is April, it's Alcohol Awareness Month. They do campaigns throughout the month of April at their schools, you know, to educate and provide awareness.
Okay, and each high school has an FNL Adapt program.
Yes.
And are they also members of the youth,
The Prevention Youth Council?
Yes, the Prevention Youth Council.
Yes, they're
Okay.
two of the representatives from each of their existing respective school, and they're the representatives for their program.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's probably a nice forum, the youth council is a nice forum for those representatives to share, you know, what works well at schools, what type of events. Oh, we had this event, it worked really well, you guys should, you know,
It
try.
is really great because they unfortunately we can't have them all. That would be too many. But it's great because they bring us information and they work together. Something needs to happen. They work together, and that's key because it's their program. They own it, and but you only have those two representatives that help to make sure things happen. They volunteer at Dorothy's Kitchen. They do cleanups at the beach or at the parks, and sometimes they need adult assistance to make these things happen. And it's very great. It's a good program.
And what about the Teen Closet? What is the Teen Closet?
Okay, the Teen Closet got started, I believe, last year. And what it is, it's a community-based program. It started off with a little closet, and then it expanded to a room now where we have clothing, accessories for teens. And it's based on donations, new or slightly used. Their motto is, if you wouldn't wear it, please don't donate it, of course. And it's been very successful. It's free of charge. We don't take any information. It's open to any student ages 13 to 18 in the county.
And they go in there and they are able to get clothes for free.
Yes, they come in, and unfortunately we have more requests than donations, but we've been successful in that part. We have been getting donations. So what we do is you can call us, make an appointment, or you can just show up, do a walk-in, and then just get 2 outfits, depending on what we have on hand.
Oh, great. How fun is that?
Yeah, they love it.
How fun is that? So one more question about what does this mean? What does that mean? Safe Homes Pledge program. Safe Homes Pledge program. What is that?
Okay. When we started, we do presentations at the drug contracts, which happen every year at each of the local high schools and middle schools in the city of Salinas. It's a mandatory orientation for any student that wants to play any sports within the school. So we provide presentations, and we were talking to them about the social host ordinance and other presentations we did on, just gateway drugs or any trends that are happening in the moment. We just kind of informed the parents since it's a captured group. What happened was, so the Safe Homes Pledge was a bypass of the social host ordinance. It goes hand in hand. The Safe Homes Pledge is a form, non-legal binding form, that asks the parent and the child to sign a pledge stating that they will be drug and alcohol free and that they will not host underage drinking parties in their home or property. To date, we have about 296. We started this last year, and it's been very successful. Also, if a parent wants to know if let's say their daughter wants to go to a sleepover or a friend's house, the parent can call us and make sure they're a Safe Homes participant. And, we would look up into our log and see if they signed a pledge, Safe Homes Pledge. It also opens a line of communication and expectation between the parent when you have them both sign it. So I think it's a very positive thing.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a little bit of a contract almost. But you said non-legal binding.
But it's not legal, you're right.
It's a,
We take their word for it. We take their word for it.
And they're giving you that word.
Yeah.
And they're probably serious about that.
We do. We get a lot. They say it's a good thing you're doing this. They should make it mandatory. And, there's only so much we can do.
And but it sounds like you're doing quite a bit if you started last year and you've got almost 300.
We've been busy.
Yeah.
296.
Wow.
We've been busy.
That's great. That's quite some progress. So, so after kind of we've talked all about this, why is alcohol awareness so important?
April marks the 25th month anniversary for alcohol awareness in April. It's an ongoing battle. Kids are getting more smarter, savvy, finding ways to access alcohol, where to drink. The stats are very impressive as well. They show us that this is becoming an issue even though we've been doing this for 25 years and then some in the fight against drug and alcohol abuse. And so it's it's getting progressively better as far as DUIs, drinking and driving, but they're still drinking. And what's happening is a lot of these kids are reporting through the California Healthy Kids Survey, which we do every other year, is that they're reporting the first age of drink at the age of 10 now. Just a couple years ago, it was at the age of 12. So they're getting younger and younger. We have to provide awareness to parents to safeguard their home, lock up their cabinets, put the liquor away, because sometimes it is in the home that they start. So it's very important that we provide this education.
Wow, 10 years old. I
Yes.
can't imagine it tasting very good at all, but especially at 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I think that's about all the time we'll have for today. Thank you so much, Lory, for joining us. Absolutely. And don't forget to check out Sunrise House on the World Wide Web at sunrisehouse.org. That's www.sunrisehouse.org. And Lory, thank you again, as well as a big thank you to my other guests, Ms. Rose Moreno of the Monterey County Behavioral Health Bureau and Ms. Maria Elena Morales from Sun Street Centers. I'm Emily Sciolto from the Monterey County Health Department, and I've been your host for today's Your Health television program. Please stay tuned for Your Town television program coming up next. Thanks again, and see you next time.